We just need to leave one open. Moment of truth. Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 6 of Vintage Story Survival. And as many of you have probably noticed already, I made a small mistake last episode. We burned all of our wood and lost it all. We didn't get any charcoal, and that is because when I was reading about how to make the fire pit, I made an oopsie and skimmed over the part where we place a campfire on the wood. And so I did do that, and I lit it on fire, and we lost all of our wood. In the meantime, I've chopped down a replacement tree, so we've got enough wood to hopefully replace the wood that we lost. So we're just going to throw that in here, and we need to make sure that this is filled up to the very top. Okay, we should have just enough here. Cool beans. Oops. Okay, so now to get this going, we are going to make a fire pit on top here. And we should, according to the handbook, we made sure that there was full stacks, so no air. And once we light this up, it should give us charcoal. Let's take a look at the handbook just to be sure. Fill your pit with complete stacks. Make sure you leave no empty blocks. Cover the filled pit completely, but leave a single block. We did that. Made the fire pit. You hear burning sounds. Okay. Well, the whole thing isn't smoking, but just this one part is. It's definitely airtight. Oh, there it goes. Hey. Okay, so I think it's actually working this time. Yay me. Okay, so we have a couple of things planned for this episode. One of our top priority things is we need to find fire clay, because that's something we can use to make some more items that we can use for smelting and stuff like that. We might try to pan a little bit more, because there's some items that we can get from panning our sand and bony soil. Also, those ruins that we found earlier in a couple of episodes ago, over here, and especially over here, those apparently may contain cellars underneath them. I'm not sure if they're called cellars, but sometimes they have rooms that spawn underneath them, and we're going to take a look at those and see if we can't find anything useful. This episode is going to be a little shorter. I've had a bunch of stuff going on, personal life stuff, so I've had less time to record this week. So first things first, we're going to take a look at the map, and you can clearly see the blue clay here, but we want fire clay, and I'm not totally sure what that looks like on the map. Peat. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, but we'll look around for something that kind of stands out. Since I am unsure about exactly how to find this fire clay, this may be more of an exploratory episode. It looks like there's some dark trees over here. I don't know what that means. It's quite interesting. It's not fall time yet. You can clearly see this blue clay. I just don't see anything that stands out to me as fire clay. Maybe here? Let's make this orange. There is something interesting here as well. I tried to look it up, but there wasn't really a whole lot detailing what color fire clay is now. There's some older screenshots I found, but fire clay used to be a different color. So we're going to check all this stuff out. There's more ruins here even. Wow. Yeah, so we're going to head down. We'll go ahead and check the ruins for rooms underneath, and we'll see if any of these discolored areas are fire clay. I started to walk down towards the ruins, and I think there's a bear. I don't know, I heard growling. It definitely wasn't a wolf, and I saw like a flash of black, like move at light speed past me. And, you know, I don't know what else it could be, but we're gonna check it out. It literally just flashed right past me. I'm just gonna pillar up. Oh, yep. Yep, that's a bear. I think they're hostile, so I'm not really sure what to do. I kind of just want to run. Oh, oh no. Forget that. He sounds like a he sounds like a freaking grizzly bear, dude. Jeez. Alright, I only have 4 spears. Do I have any sticks? I do. You know what? I have the means to make more. Just gonna pillar over a bit and just start tossing them. Oh shit. Come on. Alright, I don't know how many this is gonna take. I've had to do this. I didn't want to do that. Made a shovel by accident. That's okay. If we find fire clay, I might need more. Oh. Yeah, of course, it was like right after I stopped the recording, and I heard roaring right beside me, and I didn't have time to restart it before I had to run. God, it sounds like a dinosaur. Did I kill it? We have slain our first bear. We already have too much meat. We have so much food. I can't eat it all before it goes bad. Okay, let's go put some of these spears up. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and harvest this bear. We'll see exactly how much meat we get. I have no idea what to expect. Oh, it's bush meat. Ah. I think I'm just gonna let the bush meat rot, so we have some rot to make compost with. I believe I'm understanding that correctly. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, I was on my way back to check these ruins again, and it looks like our old nemesis is back. I can't tell if that's a pig, but that's definitely a wolf right there. I thought this was, and that's what kind of prompted me to stop and look. Let's pillar over there and check it out. This seems to be the safest way, and luckily I have enough dirt on me. I'm gonna have to do that whole thing where I make spears again, I think. So I only have 2 on me. Let's just preemptively do it. Okay, that one's definitely a boar, and that one's definitely a wolf. What? Are you kidding me? that the one I killed? Oh my god. Yeah, that's the one I killed last episode. Man, I thought we were looking at a new one there. I mean, I'm not complaining that it's not a new one, but I'm complaining that I wasted that time and resources. Oh well. Gotta learn somehow, right? Now watch this. Now that I'm down here, there's gonna be a wolf. Well, that's fine. That just means we have more spears. Yeah, that's the wolf we killed. Okay. I thought it was asleep, like the boar was. I don't know why I didn't, like, think about that being the wolf that we killed. Alright, so I'm not quite sure how to check for rooms here, but... from my understanding, my best bet is to kind of dig down where we find bony soil. I believe. I'm not sure if that's really the case. Alright. We might have to dig down on the side, I guess. Well, this is all going to be stone. Oh, fox. Okay. You're gonna play like that, huh? I wasn't gonna do anything to you. Why you gotta be like that? We could have been friends. Didn't have to be this way. Okay. It's a rooster. I'm not sure that we have the ability to actually check underneath these right now because I can't dig stone, and that seems, well, I can break this dirt. Yep. Looks like there is indeed a room. Sweet. Alright, let's see what we can find. Looks like there's a bookcase. Just close that up. Throw that on the wall. Okay, so we have an owl treasure chest, a merchant amulet, and a resonance archive. I don't want to break. I'm hesitant to break it. We'll wait on that. Forage. Forage. Looks like there's bookshelves too. I don't know if I can break those or not. I think we can do this. Let's do those. Oh, wow. Okay. Ah, I messed up. Okay, so now we've got our chest on our back. Now let's just check out and see if there's other rooms down here. At this point, it's kind of like a why not? Yeah, there's not. Okay. We might as well just hop over here and see. Since we're already over here, we'll just see if there's any sort of clay. Okay, there is clay. But I think it's just blue clay. Yeah. It's another big blue clay deposit. That's nice, but that's not what we need right now. Alright, and this one appears to have been peat, which is also cool, but again, not what we need. So let me fix this real quick. And let's check out the map for any more potential spots. There's something here that's probably blue clay, but we'll mark that orange. Oops. And we'll keep looking here. Oh. Looks like we're getting some interesting biome generation over here. There seems to be something of interest here. So yeah, we're just gonna go through. We're gonna mark some places on the map and see if we can't find some clay. I'd really like to. So yeah, let's just go ahead and let's run the stuff that we got back. There's no point in waiting now. So we're back at the house. We had a pretty decent little haul here. We got an owl treasure chest, some a resonance archive, merchant amulet, just a block of bookshelves, and we got some feathers as well, and a bunch of cattails and dry grass. So that was a pretty decent little haul. We're gonna head out in the morning and look at this spot here, and we might check out this one as well. I'm really wanting to find fire clay before the end of this episode, so we'll see if we can do that. So one thing that I'd like to do before we go out and check out this potential clay deposit is I want to make a bow, because we don't have one of those yet. So I believe it should be like this, and you make a simple bow like this. There's several that you can make, but this is one of the more basic ones. And we picked up this flax from I believe we got it from like one of the cracked vessels. And then to make our arrows, as you would expect, it's like one arrowhead, a stick, and feathers. So you can make 8 of those. Voila. And let's go ahead. You know, we don't need the knife here. What we can do is this. That's a spear. There we go. Okay, so now we have a bow and arrow. Cool beans. So we're going to run out to this deposit here. It looks promising. I don't know if that's peat or if that's fire clay. There may be something here as well. I don't know if I showed this or not already. We haven't checked this one out either, I guess. That looks like it's going to be blue clay, though. We might stop and look on our way. But we did take a look here. This was blue clay. This was peat. And we took a look down here as well. This was also peat. So there's a bunch of peat around that we can use for fuel, at least. That's not the fire clay we wanted, though. And I also want to note before we go out that we also have our first small yield of crop here. Will yield only 50%. Didn't even think it was that hot. 38. Oh, it's in the middle of July. You know, I guess that makes sense, but I guess we'll harvest these. Alright, we got some turnips. 3 turnip seeds. Okay, so this is a nitrogen seed. And so like I mentioned before, we're going to rotate these crops. Meaning, we're not going to replant nitrogen back onto this row. We're going to switcheroo the rows. And I don't have a full seed yield yet. It's not good. To be able to actually fully rotate these and harvest them at the same time. So right now we just have a row of nitrogen and a row of potassium, and then this row hasn't even been filled out completely. So we're gonna put our nitrogen back on this row and roll with that. All right, let's get out of here before the drifters take too much notice. All right, so first stop is going to be this deposit down here, potentially. Not sure if it's clay. Not sure if it's peat. We're going to find out, though. And between the turnips and the meals that we have enough food to last us for a little bit. I think I brought too many supplies, honestly, but hey, doesn't hurt to be prepared, I guess. And the more I've come down here, the more I've noticed that this is like a really quaint little area here. I really like it. We've got a lot of resources. We've got ruins down here. We might eventually move down here. For now, we've got our home that we've settled in and whatnot a little bit, but once we start needing to branch out, I think we can come down this way a little bit. All right, we might have been correct in assuming, I think that's blue clay. There's a rift here that opened up. I think this is blue clay, unfortunately. Blue clay. Yeah. Man, it's so hard to tell. I mean, it's cool that we have a lot of blue clay available to us, but I really just want the fire clay. That's all I want. Just a little bit. Is that so much to ask? So, we might honestly need to give up on the fire clay this episode. I've checked out this deposit, this deposit. This was peat. This was blue clay. All of these are turning out to be blue clay, and I know that fire clay is supposed to be a different color. I just don't know exactly what to look for. But from my understanding, you don't need fire clay to work with copper anyway. So let me just double check this. We go to our progression guide. We need 40 nuggets of copper. Can find them loose on the ground. Well, we definitely have a bunch of those around we can grab. They want charcoal and a fire pit. So we might want that late copper age, but to get to early copper age or casting and whatnot, I don't think we need fire clay strictly. So we're gonna head back home. And we're going to uncover our charcoal pit, and hopefully our shingles that we started firing will be done, and we'll be able to expand the house to end the episode. Because I know I mentioned that it's going to be a bit of a shorter episode, so I'm sorry about that. I'm going to be out of town, so it's hard to cut in some recording time. Okay, so we are back home. Looks like our shingles are done. So we'll go ahead and grab these. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to use some of these to make overhangs off the edges so it doesn't look so flat. I think it'll look better like that. And then also, let's check out our charcoal pit. Should be done now. Look at that. We successfully made charcoal. Wow. It's a pretty good haul, I think. So to take this, I think we use a shovel. We do. It's not terrible. We'll make a bigger fire pit in the future. I want to make a really large one that we can make like big batches of charcoal so we don't have to worry about it for a while. But we wanted to get something just to get started. This should be enough for us to make copper with, from my understanding. So we're going to do that eventually. Not this episode, but soon. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the house. So I believe that the pieces I want are like this. Okay, let's just hop on up there. Oop. We'll put our charcoal up. My storage isn't organized in any particular way either. That's something that I want to change. I definitely want to make this more organized. I kind of had something going at first, but it sort of just collapsed in on itself. We'll put the charcoal in here. That should burn in the fire pit hot enough for us to smelt copper. Alright, so we are finally mostly done with the roof renovations. As you can see, this looks a lot better than it did. I know it's not perfect, but it's an upgrade, and this back end still needs to be done. Just, you know, this whole thing here needs to be finished up a bit more. But we can work on that at a later date. I like being able to come out onto the roof whenever I need to. So yeah. I think we're going to have to end the episode there. We made some pretty good progress today. We actually got our charcoal pit working. We got some charcoal. We went out, checked out some of the map. We found a bunch of clay, a bunch of peat, so we know what we've got around us for the most part. And we are that much closer to the copper age. At this point, since we have the charcoal, we could go out next episode and grab some of the nuggets. And we probably want to make look into making molds and whatnot that we can smelt. So yeah, we have a little bit left to do before we hit copper, but we're that much closer. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.